What is up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. I know we don't do this that often, but I thought it would be a fun one to do since, well, if you saw the video over this past week and you're looking to the left of me, there ain't nothing left. Nothing left. Empty space. There it is. I thought I would do a little live, just give you guys opportunities to ask any questions that you want, you desire to want to know. Maybe you want to sell a collection. I could tell you how it went, all that kind of stuff. The floor is really yours. But I'll always start it off with this. And again, thank you to all the Patreons and channel members over the years and now that still contribute and help do all that stuff. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yes, the floor is yours, guys. If you saw the video that came out, what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? The big news is yes, I did sell the entire collection. 1,289 approximate Funko Pops out the door. The grails that sit to the side of me, all gone. Except the autographs. As you're seeing, the autographs are still there. The autograph wall still sits in front of me that you guys can't see. Those are a different beast. But, I get a lot of messages, why, condolences, so it's been, it was a shitty start of the holiday season. It continued through New Year's, continued into January, and then, it just took a turn for the worse. For those of you who don't know, my mother suffered a massive stroke the Sunday before Christmas. Eventually hospital, nursing home. It took her sight, her memory, and she eventually did pass the end of January. So Now, was that the reason I sold the collection? I would say no. No, but I mean, cleaning her place out over the month of January and stuff like that always got me thinking. I had some bigger Funkos. I reached out to 2 people at the time just to see if they were interested to buy these 3 Funkos that were, more of a higher end type deal. And then the collection came up talking a bit to both of them about it. And one just was more, I guess you could say, more serious interested. We talked offers and what they were willing to pay, what I was willing to let it go for. We went over the deal, and the deal was done. It happened on Super Bowl Sunday. Came down, went to the storage unit, packed everything up here, brought that, and away it's going. And I think he's doing well selling it. We got to have our pops check him out on Whatnot. And yeah, I mean, that's the story, that's a wrap. A lot of people said, did I keep anything? Did I not keep anything? I kept autographs, and that's it. The Glow Mike Wazowski, the OG Simpsons, the man, a lot. The bunny suit Ralphie, the Flock Tony the Tiger, the Superman Sloth. And the answer to all of them was no. Yeah, I got a shirt sent to me by Pops with Purpose. Thought I'd wear it. But yeah, I kept nothing. It all went. So I mean, if I can help you guys, if you guys have questions as far as how did it work and everything like that, I'd be glad to tell you. I know I showed it in the video. So I mean, first and foremost, guys, if you have a collection and you want to sell it or you don't want to sell it, whatever, it's totally up to you. What I can tell you is that if you are going to do a deal where someone comes and if you're going to sell it yourself and piece it out and sell it bit by bit by bit, you are going to make more money. It's going to take you a long time. And some of it may be very hard to sell. Other times you find somebody that's willing to buy it all. You are going to take hits when it comes to PPG for whatever that's worth, and everything. And I tried to give good examples that, take the Mike Wazowski, I mean, would I have been able to sell it for 2,000? No. Would I have been able to get like maybe 15 out of it? Hard to say. It's something that could have sit. So, it's just it is what it is, right? There's so many things that went into it. My opinion, do I see Funko ever returning to the glory that it once was? Absolutely, I do not. Do I still think it? Do I think it's going to be a Beanie Baby? Absolutely, I do not. I think it's a great collectible. I think it's got a definite place. I think having autographed versions of it is just tremendous. I think it's one of the most highly collectible, most awesome thing to have autographed. I think it was just my love for it. Not died, it just went. I mean, when you consider in the personal collection there was almost 1,300 Funko Pops, and literally less than 100 sat down here with me, and the rest was in totes and storage units, then you got to say, what's the purpose of it, right? I'm not displaying it like I'm displaying these, right? I'm not displaying them like I'm displaying autographs. So that was probably one of the biggest thing that came to my mind. And did I take hits off PVG? Absolutely, but it's a one-time and done deal. It's done. One person came and took it all. And it basically, we worked out a price. I mean, if you're looking at them, your pops that are $20 below, I mean, you're not getting a lot for them. The percentages go down or go up from there. So, and the percentage breakdown, I mean, these are percentages. Those percentages are what you can expect to pay if you were selling a collection in this marketplace for the few people that buy collections. I've heard some people are even doing it on consignment basis, where they'll take your pops and sell them, and they're not going to pay you until it sells. I've had others that, it just is what it is, right? But to entice people that are going to buy a whole thing, you've got to have a very eclectic collection. What I mean by that is you have to have some of those big time grails, some of the nice medium stuff, and then some of the stuff that sits at the bottom. When I looked at mine, I looked at 53 pages on HobbyDB. It literally 20 of them were right around that $5 to $25 mark. That's just what it was. So, Dead Zone, Bosco Pops, Christina Payne, Bob Lancaster, Pops with Purpose. Hello, hello, hello. So, I mean, that's really truly what it was. You know, it was not that I'm not going to do YouTube anymore, or I'm not going to do Funko mystery boxes anymore, or any of that kind of stuff. It's not that. It was just time to move it to the next level, next stage, if you will. But anyway, you know, I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys have questions of selling collections, if you have questions of dealing with loved ones and stuff like that, I am very well versed in that aspect. I've had to very verse myself and learn the ins and outs of Medicaid, insurance, death certificates, power of attorneys, wills, lawyers. I've had to verse myself in everything and do it very quickly. So, Nadia, hello, hello, hello. So if you have any questions of that, let me know. I would highly recommend, if you have kids and everything like that, make sure you got a will, your power of attorney, and make sure it's all up to date. Make sure you have original copies, notarized, etc. Make sure you, when the kids are older, whoever's going to take over, just knows it all, right? Knows finances, where things are, how things are done. It makes life a whole lot easier. And, you know, if it ever gets to a point where you're in a nursing home and you ever have to go to Medicaid, understand exactly what that means. And what that means is you lose it all. They take everything. You think life insurance is protected? Not against that. Not against that. They'll sell it. You get nothing. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind how much nursing homes cost. You know, my mother ended up going into one, 4 people a room. At a Medicare ratings, it was rated a 1-star facility, and it was $10,200 a month. So it's brutal. It is brutal. And that's a good one, Bob. You know, I mean, you just never know, right? You never know. Some things have personal collections, personal appeal. Others don't. And I see that really with me and my sister cleaning out my mother's apartment. And, you know, for me, I thank God that she downsized from a house to a studio apartment like 4 years ago, because I couldn't imagine dealing with 3 floors of stuff. But yeah, I mean, some stuff has an emotional attachment, others does not. So the two of us are kind of like that, a little different in that respect. I also can tell you, man, like getting rid of stuff and selling stuff and looking at things that have value. My goodness, does no one want books? I mean, unbelievable. People do not want books. Even to the point of coming to pick books up and giving them to you for free. People have no interest in it. It's just mind-boggling. Great stuff. Have you guys ever tried this company called Kobe's? Really, really nice place. All biodegradable, you know, no plastics. And it's a nice young man runs that. So Kobe's, check it out. No, I mean, when you talk about grief, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It hits you at certain points and certain times. I haven't even been able to take time off work just because of how busy work is. And then all the stuff you have to do, right? I mean, it's unbelievable, the stuff you have to do. And I thought I could do it all, you know? I mean, I pull back a lot of curtains and it's just what it is. But so she had basically one bank which had a checking, a savings, and a money market account. And then she had this savings life insurance policy. And that's it. You know, her pension, that ends when she dies. Social Security ends when she dies. That stuff goes away. And they're real quick to turn that stuff off, let me tell you. But, you know, the car was dealt with and she had an apartment and dealt with that. And that's really it. And I thought I could do it. But honestly, you still need a lawyer. To go down to the court and do all it, just you got to get a lawyer. You have to do probate. You have to put that ad in the paper. You have to then do a whatever, an estate bank account. There's just so much stuff you do, and I never thought of, even with little as it is. And it boils down to like 10 to 15 months to make sure it's all done and settled. And that's with just that kind of account stuff. No home, no car, anything like that, and just 2 kids. So you can just imagine, you go bigger than that with a home and property and everything like that, and more kids just makes it even worse. You got to have the conversations, and some people like to play, shush. Um, what happened, and that actually turned out to be a godsend for us and for me, is my mother had about a year ago suffered from fraud on her bank account. And to help deal with that, so I could help her, she actually put me on it, and she put me as like a joint owner. So what that did is it basically it falls to me with her death. I pay estate tax on half of it, and then I keep the other half. I keep the whole thing technically, and only have to pay estate tax on half of it. But what that enabled me to do is it enabled me to still pay for things, and control those 2 accounts. So if you didn't have that, it makes it even harder. So it's just always tough, always tough. But if you guys have any questions about that kind of stuff, let me tell you. I mean, that's in a nutshell. Just get a lawyer. It just makes it easier, and it's still a time-consuming item. Still very time-consuming. I think we have another month and a half till the apartment's done, and I have books, so it's getting cleaned out. It's getting cleaned out. We finally found someone to at least try to take her cat. She had a cat. We cleaned out the bedroom suite. We cleaned just little stuff left to go on it. It's a lot, right? It's a lot, and pull back the curtain even more. I think the health was declining over the years, and she just made a call a year ago to stop taking blood thinner medicine. And when you have AFib and a history of strokes, and you make that kind of a call, you're just, you know what I mean? You're saying you're done without saying you're done, type deal. So I think she knew if the big one came, it would do quite the number or take her out completely, and it almost did. And the godsend is for me is that she won't remember any of it. It's all gone. She doesn't remember having to go to those places. What's my favorite pop that I honestly, Dead Zone? The only thing I kept was a few commons and things that I had that weren't in the Hobby DB. Everything else is gone. I didn't keep anything. The Glow Mike Wazowski, the Sloth. Now autographs, that's a different ball game. I mean, autographs, I don't do percentages on autograph. That's a deal changing type of item. Autographs are what autographs are worth. I'm not doing 60% on an autographed Robert Downey Jr., or Harrison Ford, or Johnny Depp, or Macaulay Culkin, or The Undertaker, the kind of things that you see behind me. So for me, I didn't really keep anything. I did have a few that were over here on racks that just weren't in the Hobby DB. The newest Home Alone set. Man, there was one show that also some of the new Toy Story items, and the NFTs are coming, so I might keep those just because I kind of like how that last set of Toy Story was done, where it had Sid and the dude in the chicken suit, and Al in the chicken suit, and Woody on Bullseye. It was well done. So yeah, I mean, the stuff I'm selling on Whatnot, guys, is stuff that comes in through mystery boxes. So because I still do mystery boxes, I still have quote unquote Funko inventory. It's just not part of the personal collection. So I still have that stuff. Am I looking it for Funko? It comes to autographs. So I mean, you guys have followed the videos and seen some of the stuff. I was on a quarterback string right now. And this year we were able to knock out Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. So I've knocked a good bit of football out. Justin Jefferson. So there's some football ones that I would love to get. Some of the older ones. I wouldn't mind a Randy Moss autograph. Jahmyr Gibbs might be one that I would consider. Newer quarterbacks. I have a good one here. Bosco, those are good ones. Roman Reigns, great autograph. Jimmy Hart, Trish Stratus, absolutely. Let's see. I do have a bunch out for autograph right now. So the nice thing is that with Stranger Things now ending, you get some of those actresses and actors that are doing autograph signings. So you have the one teacher, needed him. They had Yuri, which, small character of season 4, but still he had a Funko Pop. So why not? Brett Gelman, who played Murray, that Funko Pop is out being signed. And the new kid, the chunky kid from the new season, I sent that pop to Zobi, and I asked if he would write on it, suck a fat one. Hopefully he did it. I don't know. We'll see. So those are some autographs I'm looking for. There's also a new Office Pop. It was Michael's girlfriend. She has not done an autograph signing session that I found, so she's high on the list to stay complete in the office. I did consider Robert Englund, because Robert Englund did play Vecna's dad in season 4, and they made a Funko Pop out of him, and he's doing an autograph signing with official pics, and I'm like, all right, let me look at this. And then I saw the upcharge of it, and I was like, nah. I have a Robert Englund from Freddie that sits back here, but it was, I think, $175 for the autograph. But if you wanted a Funko autographed, he charged $150 upcharge for Funko. And I know there are people that do it. Sylvester Stallone was one. I mean, Sylvester Stallone was about $150 to $200 upgrade to sign a Funko Pop. So Robert Englund, I just didn't think was quite worth that. And a character that's in one episode. So yeah, Christina Payne has an awful horror story for Pedro Pascal. Oh, Christina, that is just heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Roman does a really, really nice one. He does do signings. You can buy a Roman Reigns on Fanatics. He'll do, like I had mine signed in Tribal Chief like 2 years ago. So he is doing them. CM Punk would be one, but I want the pop where he's like sitting. The pipe bomb, that would be really cool to me. I always look for Bill Murray. He's a tough one because he doesn't do autographs, especially not to sign a Funko Pop. But he would be someone really cool. Those are ones off the top of my head. I mean, we added a lot of big autographs last year, from the football players to some of the big ones. Like, I'm looking at them over here. The Duffer Brothers. We added the Duffer Brothers 2-pack autographed. Art the Clown, Pedro Pascal, WWE stars like Gunther and The Miz, Sylvester Stallone. We finally got back Winona Ryder, Maya Hawke, Joe Keery. I actually have another Stranger Thing one because, Jamie Campbell Bower did Mr. What's-It, and there's a pop for Mr. What's-It. I have one out for him. So he's actually going to actually have 3 autographed Funkos in the collection. He has Henry, which is 001 autographed, and that actually has Henry 001 character name. He has a Vecna one with character name. Now he's going to have a Mr. What's-It with character name. So He has a few. He has a few. Rocky is a really, really cool one. I know I did the video for it. If you guys want to go back and look at it, he has a really nice autograph. He's a tough because he doesn't do autograph signings. But for whatever reason, this company, autograph official, I can't remember its name. What is it? Let me get it. I'll show it to you if I haven't already. Official Picks. Official Picks is the company, and they get people like Mark Hamill, who doesn't do signings anymore. They get Sylvester Stallone. They get Joe Pesci. So he has some kind of relationship with them. But there's a Sylvester Stallone. I think it's a really nice autograph. Very well done, right? You know, it's Rocky. You gotta get Rocky. So those are ones that I'm out there looking for. You never know. And then a lot of people would ask me, what did I do with the money, right? What did I do with the money? They had an actual a bank here had a 3.5% interest on if you like deposit. So the money just sits in a bank, guys. I mean, for me, you got to make things a game, and things are numbered. You know, I'll be 49 this year. So for me, I honestly think of retirement and the long game. You know, the little one will go to high school next year. So that's basically 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 more years there. And then college is 8. So get through that. And then, you know, just think of the end game. I still need the Office one signed. I have every single Funko Pop from the Office signed, except they just came out with that 2-pack of Michael and his girlfriend. I can't remember her name. I actually have something set up in eBay that'll let me know when something goes live, but I haven't seen her do a signing either. So there's that. Now I gotta remember her name. But the first time that she ever did anything, Funko Pop came out when it's a 2-pack, which is, you know, I've only had them signed before. I just gotta remember what the actress's name is. Because, I mean, I have them all, from Brian Baumgartner, Leslie David Baker, Angela Kinsey, Kate Flannery, Phyllis Smith, Creed, Oscar Nunez, BJ Novak, Mindy Kaling, Ed Helm, Steve Carell, Paul Lieberstein, Craig Robinson, Ellie Kemper, which is super hard to get her. She's in here. Amy Ryan, who played Holly Flax. So that's the one that's left. So yeah, Amy Ryan, who just hasn't done any autograph signings. Maybe she will now. Yeah, I am 49, believe it or not. Yes. Well, I'll be 49 in May, so basically 49. But for me, it's all about, I just think retirement. You know, I think of 401k and Roth IRA and the end game. That's just me. But what I did with the money is it was a cashier's check. I deposited it, put it in an account, and then I got a high yield. So it's a 3.5% interest rate for 12 months. So it'll just sit there and gain interest. No, not the redhead. I don't know if the redhead has a Funko. I mean, the Funko's actually, I never showed you guys the Office. I don't know if this will reach down. Let me see if it will. Yeah, I mean, here's the office. So, I mean, that's everything. You know, that's all the office Funkos from Rainn Wilson to Jan. And then you have some of the harder ones, like Mindy Kaling is a tough one. Obviously, Steve Carell's tough. That Aaron one, super hard to get. She doesn't do signings. BJ Novak, another one. Ed Helms is a tough one to get signed. Obviously, Krasinski and Carell, those are tough. But and then you look at Moose Schrute. I mean, that's a tough autograph to get because it's not out there. So, and then a lot of people look at the other ones. I mean, that is the wall of autographed Funkos right there. Every single one of those is autographed. I mean, you're looking at Mahomes and Ben Affleck. I mean, it's big. A lot of Funkos. Autographs. Ugh. A lot of autographed Funko Pops. Because that really, truly was not part of the deal. Because autographed Funkos, there's no percentages off of those. Yeah, and then it gets even better with some of the ones that you have autographed. I mean, take into account Dexter Morgan, right? I ended up having that bloody Funko. I think it's a Funko Shop exclusive sign. The pop alone is $100, right? There's some pops alone that I have autographed that, like the Maya Hawk. That's a $300 Funko autographed. There's another one I'm considering having autographed that I haven't made my mind up on. A Noah Schnapp. So I'm pondering to do it. I just haven't made my mind up yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's stuff that's out there that I'm looking for different times. But really, guys, the floor is yours. If there's anything you want to ask me about selling the pop, selling the collection, anything you want to ask me, I will do my best and answer for you. You name it. But, I'm still doing videos. I'll still do unboxings, still do Zobi box, AEW boxes, and things like that, which means I'll still do Whatnot. 1 to 2 times a week, I'll do Whatnot. And I still like to collect stuff. It's just, it tends to be the figures that you see behind me and autographs. And plus the fact that these 2 long cases, there are 3 more coming that are going to go right here. I don't know what I'm going to do with these 3 cases that sit here now, but the other cases will sit behind me. I needed 3 big ones because, one, there is a Jabba the Hutt that literally on his, you call it throne, whatever. That's going to take up some space. I also have a Jazz Inks Batmobile that is here. That's going to take up some space. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the third one. I always thought maybe I would get the Blitzway Ecto 1. Hopefully they would remake it. Waiting on the Blitzway DeLorean that will replace this DeLorean. It's just more light up features. That's all. So there's that. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, definitely more Hot Toys. I mean, you guys want to talk Hot Toys. I mean, here, I'll just show you some of the new ones. I mean, here you go. These just released. Now, this one comes out tomorrow for pre-order. The Artisan Edition Thor. Oh, sculpted hair looks awesome, right? This one just came out. I haven't made my mind up on this one because I really think the Artisan Jack Sparrow is the quintessential Jack. But this is still pretty cool. the Pelagostos Chief Jack Sparrow. I find Jack Sparrow is just so well done that I may have to get this one. I just don't know. My mind's not made up on it. I also don't know if it comes with the throne. Does it come with the throne? Let's see. So it doesn't look like it comes with the throne. I don't know why they look at it with the throne. But, you know, it's definitely a cool figure. I haven't made my mind up for it. And then this one is pretty cool. This is the Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Man. And you can get the deluxe where you actually get an Ultron and can break him up into different pieces. That's kind of cool. I do have a good bit of Iron Man, but they actually have a USB now light up feature to light all these up via USB, which is nice. It's better than the batteries. So definitely thinking of that one. And then, you know, obviously there's a Han Solo coming. There's the new OG Indiana Jones. That looks really cool. You got the Spider-Man. I don't remember this one. Yeah, this is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So that'll actually, then I have all three people that played Spider-Man, which is cool. I think this one's really cool. The Temple of Doom Indy. You know, we have old school Indy that sits up behind me. The new Leia, Bush Leia. That's a really cool one to have. You know, I did get this Eve Macara, although the movie just was like, to me. There's a Han Solo, awesome. Mustafar, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. The Artisan Edition John Wick is on order. Those are the big ones. I want to get this one, the Artisan Harley Quinn. You know, Peacemaker. It's just when you order one of these, you wait, right? You wait. Like this Joker looks awesome. Can't wait to get that. This one came out pretty quick. I have to set her up. I've been on to do it, but yeah, a nice old Wednesday Addams. You know, just some cool stuff. And then you look at companies that are still around, guys. I mean, Ralphie's Funhouse, still there. Still selling collectibles and pops and Labubu's and all the good stuff that Curtis does, right? Smile World, still there. You know, what did they have today? I don't know if they did because they don't do a mystery box every week, but if they do small ones. So it's, you know. But they have like freshly added. You look Vaulted and more. And then release new ones every week. And you look at some of these really, really cool ones, right? I mean, I had this Freddy at one time. It's an awesome Freddy, Count Chocula. The Alien is a cool one, right? I mean, Twisty. A lot of stuff, you know, cool stuff. Some of the stuff I've had over the years, some I've gotten over the years. You know, Heisenberg, fabulous Funko Pop. So, I mean, there's still companies out there that do the Funkos and give you good deals, and do some that still do mystery boxes. So, it's out there. So, like when you're doing Hobby DB, you can break things up. If you're paying for Hobby DB, I would do that. If I'm not paying for Hobby DB, I would just make 2 accounts. You know, a sell account and a not. You can do it that way. I never played with a lot with Hobby DB. I would just do it that way. Hot Toys can make figures of anything they want. I've never seen them do many musicians, though. No. It tends to be video games, anime, and movies tends to be their main shtick. Yeah. And honestly, people ask me about YouTube and stuff. I mean, YouTube is the memories. It's what we did 7 years ago and 5 years ago, and the mystery box battles and the connections and the people you met along the way. It's just awesome. It's so great memories of the Taco Man and Cheap and Nerdy and Pop Couple, and all of it. It's great memories, and it's times that you're never going to get back. Those times are never coming back. But it's great to look back, and it's a shame that some people have taken the videos and they're not there. You can't go back and see Sean's videos. I don't know about the others, but or it'd be great to go back and see that Christmas videos of Popcorn with Flex. Let's face it, it'd be awesome. I appreciate that, Bosca. I mean, I don't do it for views. I don't do it for subscribers. I don't do it for anything really, other than if I can help you guys pick something out or fall in love with a collectible or answer questions for you. That's what it's all about for me. It's just what it is. So if I can help you, guide you in any way, I love to do it. All right, guys, any more questions? I think, I want to do a live. Didn't want to go too long, but, I wanted to throw out a live for you guys, answer any questions. So if you guys have anything else, here's your chance. I'll stay on until like 8:15. How about them Seahawks, baby? Yeah. It honestly, it wasn't a surprise. I think I might have told people on Whatnot. I don't know if I told people. I don't know if we did a YouTube live or anything like that before that, but I believe I said double digits. Double digits. I actually bet someone at work that it would be 10 plus. So, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a surprise. I mean, they had the better team. I think the Patriots are going to be up and coming. They just weren't there yet. It's not there yet. And there's some great up and coming teams. I mean, let's face it, the Chicago Bears, I think, are a great up and coming. Detroit, I think, could get back to their prominence they had 2 years ago. So, I mean, there's so much still out there. And it's the lull, I mean, college basketball is going to end in about a month and a half. Then you're left with the NBA and hockey. That stuff left. And I like baseball, but I'm not this huge baseball person. Oh, there's no doubt about it. The Seahawks will be there. The Rams are going to be there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Seattle has cap space. They have a good team already. They can just build on it. See what they want to do with Walker. Are they gonna pay him, or what they're gonna do with the running back game? And then you just have to wait and see. Rams are going to be there. I think the Bears are going to be improved. I think Detroit's going to be back to be a contender again. Obviously, Philadelphia could be there. I think the Rams are really going to be going. Those 49ers, they do what they got to do to play. So, I mean, it should be a great year next year. I think you have the Buffalo Bills with a new coach playing in a new stadium. What's that going to look like? What's Harbaugh going to be able to do with the Giants? Right. So there's definitely some fun stuff on the horizon. Yeah, he's a great builder of teams, without a doubt. Great builder of teams. All right, guys. On that note, I thank you for joining me. I thank you for watching the videos. Make sure to check out Whatnots, which also will broadcast here on YouTube. And we'll be back into another YouTube live soon. So, until then, I'm the Luau, guys. Have yourself a wonderful, safe week. Be well, be safe. In the words of Robin Williams from the Mork and Mindy Show, Nanu Nanu.